What is going on, guys? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to talk about these Romaleo 3s that just came out.
Every day, pressure is on me. What I'm gonna do and who I'm gonna be. Trying to give God a reason to believe that I can never let you down. I can never let you down.
And as always, this video is going to be me talking over a workout. And this specific workout, I was squatting in my new Romaleo 3. So we have them here, and as you guys can see, the first thing you guys notice when you get the shoe is that they have a completely different look to them. And I also have my Romaleo 2s here, and as you can see, the check is on the side on the Romaleo 2s, and on these Romaleo 3s, the check is on the front, more like a Vapor. I don't know if you guys know what Vapors are. They're Nike Vapors. They're some soccer cleats. So if you guys want to look them up, that's to me, that's the first thing that comes to mind, is some Vapors, and overall a really nice design. I honestly really like the one strap compared to the two straps here on the Romaleo 2s. You know, I'm more about simplicity, and the one strap makes it a lot easier and a lot more convenient to strap the shoe. So one strap is a plus for me. I know there's a lot of people that aren't too happy with the two straps. With the one strap, but I honestly do really like it. Another thing that you're gonna notice if you've had the Romaleo 2s before, and you get the Romaleo 3s, one of the things that you're gonna notice straight off the bat is that these are extremely light. When you grab them, they're super duper light, like they feel like a sock. So real quick, I'm gonna weigh these out for you guys. I'm gonna compare the weight of the Romaleo 2s and the weight of the Romaleo 3s here on my food scale. So let me put these on my food scale real quick. And the Romaleo 3s are 356 grams. So let me put this here. These are 356 grams, and in ounces, they're 12.6 ounces. So that's the Romaleo 3s, and for the Romaleo 2s, they are, wow, 1 pound, 2.3 ounces, and in grams, that is 520 grams. So that's a really big difference. And keep in mind, both of these shoes are the same size. So you know, there's no advantage on the size or anything like that. They're both the same exact size, and as you can see, the Romaleo 3s did come out a lot lighter than the Romaleo 2s. And that's just due to the fact that Nike incorporated their Flywire material in the Romaleo 3s. And the Flywire material, if you guys don't know, is what gives this shoe a lot more breathability. So the Flywire material is this right here. It's a really thin type of material. A lot of shoes that Nike makes nowadays are made with their Flywire material. I know I have some Trainer 1.0s that are made with Flywire material. I'm pretty sure if you guys have a whole bunch of Nike pairs of shoes, one of them is probably made with Flywire. So you know, just look for the word Flywire and you'll be able to feel the texture of the Flywire material. Another thing that I personally like about the Romaleo 3s is that they are extremely narrow, and compared to the Romaleo 2s, which was a really fat and bulky shoe, which I honestly don't like. I like a very narrow shoe, and that's why my first pair of Olympic lifting shoes was Addy Powers, and they fit a lot better than the Romaleo 2s in my opinion. You know, I honestly really don't like fat bulky shoes. The wide shoe, I don't like it. I've never liked it. For me, a narrow shoe fits a lot better. It just feels like it hugs your foot a lot better. So that's another huge plus in the Romaleo 3s, is that the shoe is a lot more narrow. Another thing that the Romaleo 3s have that is the same as the Romaleo 2s is the TPU heel, and that is something that you want in a Olympic lifting shoe. If you didn't have that TPU heel, you'll probably feel like you're squatting in runners. It'll feel really wobbly when you're coming down, even on a deadlift, on anything. You want a really flat shoe, something that's going to be really stable, and the TPU does that, and that's something that they took from the Romaleo 2s and incorporated that into the Romaleo 3s, and I'm glad they didn't change anything on the heel. Now, like the Romaleo 2s, the Romaleo 3s also come with two insoles, the soft insole and the hard insole. And me personally, I honestly don't feel any different using the hard insole or the soft insole. I know some people like to use the hard insole or the soft insoles for like competing, and you know, a specific insole for, you know, just working out in the gym. I honestly see no difference, so I just kept the same insole that came with the shoe. I didn't change it. I still have the hard insoles in the box. But if you guys mention it in the comment section what the difference is, I'll definitely be aware and make sure that I notice it the next time I use the hard insoles. Another plus that I really liked about the Romaleo 3s is that they are really flexible. Not sure if you guys can see that. They're really flexible compared to the Romaleo 2s, which are not that flexible. I'm having a hard time flexing these because they are just not flexible. They're just not too flexible. They're really stiff. The whole shoe is just extremely stiff, and that's something that I really like that they incorporated in the Romaleo 3s. And I think that's one of the things that makes the shoe a lot lighter, in addition to the Flywire material. Now, like I said before, the shoes are a lot more breathable than the Romaleo 2s. I used these once and I honestly didn't sweat as much on my foot as compared to when I would use my Romaleo 2s, just because these aren't breathable at all. These are just closed completely. There's no openings. In this Romaleo 3, you have a whole bunch of openings here in the toe box and on the back heel. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that this back heel on the Romaleo 3s feels a lot nicer than the Romaleo 2s. There's just a lot more cushioning here, and I overall like it a lot better. And last but not least, because I know I'm gonna get a lot of questions on this, is how do these run? And in my opinion, they run a little smaller than the Romaleo 2s. So if you want to go down half a size, you should be fine. But if you want to go true to size, you should also be fine, just due to the fact that this strap is just extremely adjustable. I went with the same size that I had with the Romaleo 2s, which is true to size. I went true to size with these Romaleo 3s, and they fit really nice. They hug my foot really well, and I just you know, I just feel a lot more comfortable in these Romaleo 3s. So overall, I really do like these. On the first session that I used these, and you know, as time goes by, as I use these more, I'll get more in depth and let you guys know how I really feel about them. So that's gonna conclude the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions on the Romaleo 3s, leave them down in the comment section below. Please leave this video a like, and I will check in with you guys in the next one. Laters.